Welcome back to CI Family Reunion. This segment is called Take Charge Tuesday. And as I always say, what's a family reunion without family? And as y'all can see today, I have my daughter with me, Aria. And today we're gonna be making beef enchiladas. And so I have my daughter here, she's gonna be helping me. Because she's 2, there's not much that she can do in the kitchen. And so what I let her do is what she's doing now, either play with the dishes or I'll give her a task. So I'm about to give her a task right now really quickly, just so she can get occupied. And all I do is I'll put a little water. Kayla, let me give you some water. I'll put a little water in a bowl. And I have some food coloring. And I usually keep food coloring. And so what I do is I'll put this in a bowl and I'll let her stay occupied. And like I've said before in previous videos, if you have little ones that you're cooking with, expect a mess. And so usually when we're at home, I will put a towel down on the floor just because I know that she's gonna spill the water and she's gonna make a mess. And she likes to mix the colors. All right. And so I'll let her play with this until I have something within this recipe for her to be able to do. And so with this, it's gonna be her mixing the sauce together. And so the first thing we want to do before we start cooking anything is washing our hands. And if you guys have seen the previous videos, we do our hand washing song. I'm gonna see if Aria is gonna sing it with me. She's a little occupied right now, so we're gonna see. Aria, are you gonna sing with me? You gonna sing ABCs? You ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Nope, she's done. But I'm gonna wash my hands and I'm gonna allow her to wash her hands too because she will be cooking. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. And so in addition to the book, because a lot of you guys don't have access to the book, you can also use the Cooking Matters website. And I personally like using the Cooking Matters app. If you have seen my previous videos of us doing the cooking, you'll know that in this it asks for allergies, it'll ask for the number of kids you're catering to, so it'll pull recipes for that, and it also has a meal planner. And that's very, very beneficial for having a meal planner. It definitely helps as far as grocery shopping and knowing what you want and being able to get what you need and not having to go to the grocery store several times. So it's really helpful to have a plan for what you're gonna eat and what you're gonna cook. And like I said, today we're gonna be preparing beef enchiladas. Now, they are microwave beef enchiladas. I was iffy about it at first when I read the recipe, but I also wanted to make sure that all of these recipes that I use were kid friendly. Even though I encourage kids to always be supervised when they're cooking and to not go off by themselves, I want them to feel empowered enough to be able to go in the kitchen and prepare a meal and read a recipe on their own. And so what we need is 1 pound of ground beef, 1 medium chopped onion, 1 1/2 cup of spinach, 1 cup of shredded cheese, 1/2 cup plain yogurt, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, 6 whole wheat or corn tortillas, sliced onion, sliced green onion for garnish, sorry. 1 can of tomato sauce. Most times you do want to get this low sodium. It was hard for me to find it low sodium. So if you realize that you're getting something that has a lot of salt in it, you just want to tone down your salt in other parts of the recipe. For example, seasoning of your meat, just to make sure you keep that balance, because at the same time that we want to have a good nutritious meal, we want to make sure that it stays healthy. Also have 1/4 cup of water, 1 minced clove of garlic, 1 teaspoon of oregano, and cumin. I went on to put all of my seasoning in the same bowl, and that's 1/2 teaspoon of oregano and 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. So as far as substitutions go, which the app does give you all the information on things that can be done, of course, instead of doing this in the microwave, you can by all means do it on the stovetop, you can do it in a griddle. And so there are many options to be able to make this. And also, she's just coloring the whole table here. So if you have any kids that have a dairy allergy, I do use the Silk products. It's really good and it's dairy free. And I don't have a lactose diet, but I actually like using this one. I prefer this to the other yogurt. And then this is a dairy free cheese that you can use as well. And so I have those substitutions. Also, If you're a vegetarian, they do have other options as far as meatless. Also use turkey if you don't care for ground beef. And so there's a lot of stuff that you can substitute. If you don't want to use the whole wheat, you can use the corn tortillas. You always want to try to stick with the healthier options. So I'm gonna jump right in this, and because Arya's so occupied, she may not want to shift over to start helping me cook because she's having a lot of fun with this food coloring, but I am gonna try to get her started on the sauce to see if she'll want to do the sauce with me. Arya, do you wanna cook? You wanna make some sauce? Sauce? You wanna make some sauce with mommy? Nope. She said no. Okay, so actually let me go ahead and get her started. So I'm gonna use the can opener and open the sauce. And typically what you would want to do first is go ahead and get your meat in the microwave. You will add the onions and the garlic to the meat, and you want to put that in the microwave for 6 minutes, taking it out and stirring every 2 minutes. But just because I'm working with a little one and I'm wanting to keep her occupied, I am going to start with my sauce first, and then I'll work on the meat once I get her occupied with cooking something if she decides to do that. She may not want to switch over. Good job, mommy. Okay, you want to use a spoon to mix it? Here, you can use a spoon. You want to stir it up? Good job. And the instructions, I'll add my onions to it, which I now have some blue onions because of the food coloring. It's fine. And I'm also going to add my garlic. And I know the recipe doesn't call for it, but I'm going to add some seasoning to my meat. I like to use the Mrs. Dash because it is salt-free, so it's not adding that extra sodium that you wouldn't use. And so I just add a little of that. And you always want to take into account what they have as far as the serving size to make sure that you don't overdo it. I also used a little of my mix here, and just not too much, just to give it a little bit of flavor. So it says 6 minutes. The meat is brown. I am going to double check the temperature. Of course, most times, I'm sure if I was making it on the stove, I like my meat to be a little darker, but we're gonna let the thermometer do the test because it has been 6 minutes. So you don't have to have a high-tech thermometer like this one. I just like this one better because it's, for the most part, very accurate. So I'm just gonna stick it in here and see what we have. Okay, and so the recipe tells you to at least have your meat at least 155. I'm measuring at 170, so my meat is very well done. And I trust that it's done because, you know, the thermometer doesn't lie. And so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add my other ingredients to make the filling. So while I'm doing that, I am going to actually put my tortilla shells in the microwave. I'm just gonna heat them up for about 30 seconds. And so I'm not gonna start there yet because I actually have to drain my meat. Once you strain your meat, you want to add it back to the bowl or add it to whatever container you have. Arya's having a little meltdown, it's okay. Kids do that, that's gonna happen with kids. Even when you're cooking, they don't always wanna do what you're doing, and you have to understand that. They'll wanna go play, they'll wanna go do other things, and so she's really not completely feeling it right now, so she's gone. She'll probably come back and make another appearance in a minute. So while she's gone, I'm gonna keep it rolling. So the next thing you wanna do is add your yogurt, and I'm just gonna use this fork. You're gonna add your yogurt. And this is 1/2 cup of yogurt that you're gonna add. And this is just making the filling for the enchilada. And also, while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna get the microwave started. 30 seconds. Add your cheese. And your spinach. And then also the pepper and the salt. And you're gonna mix this to get your filling. And then be careful because those can be hot. And you're just gonna take them and you're gonna line them in a microwave safe dish. And you're just gonna put, it says 1/3 cup, but you can really just scoop it until you desire. Don't do too much because like I said, you wanna make sure that your portion sizes are correct and that you're not putting too much in there. And so once you put the filling in, you're gonna roll it up. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in the microwave for, I guess, a minute. Forgot to warm up the sauce, so I'm gonna put the sauce in the microwave for about 2 minutes. And as with any sauce, you want to make sure that you cover it up before you put it in the microwave. Please cover it up before you put it in the microwave. You're gonna have sauce spatters everywhere. Okay, so the next thing you wanna do is pour that sauce over the enchiladas that you've already folded and wrapped in tortillas. And then you can add a little more cheese to the top. And then your onions, your green onions for garnish. And there you have it, folks. Microwave beef enchiladas, okay? And so along with the dish, with cooking together, we also want you to take 30. And for this week, your goal for your Take 30 is to do a scavenger hunt at home. You can easily go on Google and you can look for things to look for in the home, or you can go outside and do it and do a rainbow scavenger hunt. Look for things of different colors. It's really important to get out and stay active during the summertime, especially when you've been secluded and been in the house for so long. Take time to intentionally do things together. And so this week I challenge you guys to do the scavenger hunt. Post your videos or post your pictures on the Facebook page. Also, if you guys have made this recipe or you cooked it, make sure you comment below. Tell us what you liked, what you didn't like. If you didn't like the recipe at all, if you used the microwave, tell me how that worked out for you. Or if you substituted and tried this dish another way. Remember, after every one of these videos for each week, we'll be giving away $25 gift cards for sponsored CI children. So make sure you go below in the description box and you fill out the survey and you provide the information if you are interested in qualifying for one of those gift cards. Also, shortly after this, today, Esmeralda will be doing her Facebook Live, and with that, non-sponsored students will be able to qualify for a cooking set. That includes the cutting board, a knife, an apron. All of these materials were provided by Arkansas Hunger Relief Alliance. They've been really great sponsors to us, and they always make sure that our kids have everything they need during the school year to be able to participate in these cooking classes. And so if you guys want to qualify for that stuff, just make sure you go down below in the description box. I've also linked the Cooking Matters app, the Cooking Matters website. Any questions you may have, put them down below. I'll respond. Next week, we'll be making cranberry peach pops. And so be prepared for that. Have a happy rest of your day.